Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's Sybil. I am Sybil Wilkes, and it's me and the bestie. Hello, Yolanda Starks White. How are
Hello,
you?
Sybil Wilkes. And remember, I'm all you need.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Aprylete is working on another project today. She's got a production, so she is out today, and Yolanda Starks is stepping up and joining us, and I really appreciate it. And guess what I did this afternoon?
What did you do this afternoon?
I took a nap.
Ooh, what's that like?
For me, that's
Yes.
really
No, no,
unusual.
no. I mean, walk me through it. So you,
I was on the phone with a friend.
okay.
No, and I think I inadvertently yawned when I was talking to my friend, and she's like, "Are you sick? Are you?" I said, "Well, I talk all day, and now I'm just I've had a one of those nights, and I'm just really tired." And she said, "Well, you got a minute? Why don't you?" And I was like, I'll try, but the likelihood of my taking falling asleep is really very rare." And so we got off the phone, and I turned off the light, and I knew that I had alarms set so I would be okay. And son of a gun, I slept through one alarm and woke up for it. I was like, wow, this really worked, this sleep thing.
So what
Um,
time did you go to sleep?
it was before 5 o'clock. It was like 4:35 ish, 4:40.
Oh, okay. What time did you wake up?
Definitely I jumped up at 5:30.
Oh, so an hour? Yay,
Yeah.
yay. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right, all right. That's a nap.
That's a lot. And any longer it would have just been a waste for me because I can't tell you how many times I've said that. But it was just the right amount of time.
You are so consistently you.
And I didn't do it to anybody else. I didn't, it was just all on me.
Okay.
I didn't I didn't insult anyone. I just
You
yep.
know, sleep specialists say that naps are very, very healthy.
Hmm.
That they are they're really necessary to rejuvenate the brain.
Right.
And so,
And I'm not getting enough of it. And so I wake up at like 3:30 or 4. I
what
wait.
time do you go to sleep?
I usually fall asleep on Comics Unleashed, so that's what, about 11:30 or 12.
So you fall asleep at 12 and you wake up at 4?
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay.
And I, go to the bathroom or whatever, and then I try to go back to sleep and I can't. So then I'm waiting for new stuff to come in, and doesn't come in when I expect it, so I'm up a little bit longer, and then if I try to go back to sleep, it's usually a wash. So today was the day that that
So,
and I finished
okay.
preparing for the show, and so then I was good.
So, okay, that is so inside, and I like it. But here's the challenge that I have with that.
Hmm.
So the nap is good, but outside of the nap, you still need to get
I know, and that's
some
my
good
problem.
sleep.
And it used to be like this when I did radio on the regular and getting up at 3:30 in the morning, and by Thursday I would hit the wall. And I didn't have an afternoon gig, so I would go to bed early and I'd get a good
Well,
night's
why do
sleep.
you go to sleep so late? Why did you go coming unleashed? Why not go to sleep at
It's not my
10?
intention. It's just I fall
Oh,
asleep watching
oh, okay, okay.
that show.
So
Um,
so maybe you can record it and then watch it the next night about 10 o'clock to put you to sleep.
because at 10 o'clock I really do watch the news, and that's something I should not do. I know, but I'm drawn to the news at 10 o'clock.
So if I can say this right quick,
Yes.
one of the things that I'm excited about introducing, and I'm going to introduce it in our retreat that's coming up, is this sleep, and I'm going to walk us through how shutting down the brain and just relaxing the whole body and you put yourself, hello, Lawler, you put
Oh.
yourself to sleep.
Mhm.
I'm excited. Hey.
Mhm.
Sorry about that. He's so
He's so
persistent.
loving. He's so loving.
Come on, boy.
He just wants some love.
But anyway, I'm excited about start doing videos with helping people to shut down their brains on their own and relaxing the body for sleep.
I'm
And
excited about that too
because
because
when
with
you
me,
sleep, it
yeah,
is that REM sleep.
the
Are you
REM
doing
sleep.
that? Yeah.
I think I am, but then, like I said, I wake up and have to go to the bathroom, and then the next thing I know, I'm just, and I can't shut my head down, can't shut my brain off, and like I said,
Mm.
then I'm waiting for new stuff to come in. So that was my exciting afternoon on a beautiful afternoon. I planned to do some errands because it was such a lovely day and I did have the time to
Beautiful.
do it, but it just wasn't in my schedule. So here I am. I got a nap and I'm with my best friend and with all of our best listeners and viewers. And
Yep.
so thank you for joining us. Thank
Yeah.
you, thank you, thank you. We are going to talk about the What You Need to Know newsletter. This is our effort to inform and empower the people and our readers. And we have topics that are of interest and that affect Black people, written by Black people. And we hope that you would subscribe to our newsletter. It's absolutely free. Please go to sybylwilkes.com if you'd like a free subscription. Give us your name and your email address. And when it comes into your email box, the next morning, please open it. That would help us a great deal as well. So let's start with Aprylete, who is our mental health and wellness contributor. And she talks about something that we have talked about before, the struggle to find a therapist. And it is absolutely necessary topic because therapy without the right fit is often a wasted act. If you don't
Ooh,
find someone who
down. Speak, Sybil. Go.
it is like um I I don't know how else to say it because what you're going there for is to work on some interpersonal skills, some personal skills, some psychic skills, if you will, having to do with your brain and your relationships with others. And if you don't have the right person to bounce those things off of and to give you what you need, um, it's a wash. It's
Right.
an absolute wash. And it's a really good time for April to be talking about this as we just had Mental Health Awareness Day on the 10th. And among the other things that, she kind of takes us through this and talking about the necessity and how you do this. And it is a topic, people say, well, I've seen that before. Well, yeah, you have. Of course you have. Because it is something that first of all, getting Black folks to a therapist is one thing, but it's another thing to say, well, this one didn't work, so let's move on to this. It's sort of like dating, and this one didn't work, so let's move on to this one. And you then begin to know what you need and what you don't require from your professional therapist. So, with that in mind, April does talk about in her story. She says the struggle to find a therapist implications for the Black community. And finding a therapist who meets your specific needs, accepts your insurance, and has immediate availability can be draining and daunting.
Mm,
And this is something we learned, especially during the pandemic, when people were open to getting some professional help and doing it online as it happened because we couldn't go into offices. The difficulty is not unique, but it is experienced by many individuals, including those in the Black community, who are seeking mental health support. And a recent investigation by the Seattle Times highlighted the challenges in accessing mental health care through insurance providers. That's a big deal too.
right.
Finding somebody that's in your network and going through however many there are till you find the right fit.
Right.
So insurance providers, as well as that person who might have an opening on their schedule, and then working through the other issues to find the right fit.
So I have three comments,
Okay.
maybe. So the first one is one of my favorite quotes, well, two of my favorite quotes that I have heard ever, including what my parents have shared with me and what have you,
Hmm.
actually have come from you. And the first one, it's one that your mother said, that's why God made erasers. I
Hmm.
I love that. That reigns number one in my quotable quotes. Even over Eleanor Roosevelt. How about that?
Wow. Okay.
But the second one is something that you said maybe 3 years ago. And it is, I mean, it really, really resonated with me as I am in this space now. Finding a therapist is like finding a date. And I've
It's like
always,
dating. Yeah.
yeah, I've always hated
I've
dating.
always hated dating.
And so that is so true. And the truth of the matter is when you are dating, you might have to go through a few to get
Yep.
to somebody that you can sit through dinner with.
Right.
And that's just the way it is. So that's the first thing. The second thing is when I think of my girlfriends going, and I don't mean you, my girlfriends, but just the collective girlfriends going to a therapist, I always wonder, are you going to allow yourself to be open and honest?
Hmm. And that's important.
Yeah. So instead of putting it off on the therapist, are you showing up? Are
Right.
you being open with yourself? Are you being honest with yourself? Even
And is the
before you
real
can
you
present it.
showing up?
That's right.
Right.
Before you can present it to someone else.
Yep.
So I think that's an inventory that that needs to be taken even before we um understand that there's a challenge in finding the proper therapist. And I guess that's the same thing with dating. Even when you're
Hmm.
dating somebody, is your representative showing up? Are you being authentic to yourself
Right.
and so forth and so on?
Right.
So that's the second thing. And the third thing, right quick, and I can't say this enough. I believe that it is I believe that it is important that we see cognitive behavior therapy.
Hmm.
Cognitive behavior therapy,
Explain that to people.
it gives you an opportunity to have another way of looking, another perspective at looking at a situation and circumstance. Because when you're going through something, especially if you are troubled or in turmoil, you have those same thoughts just going in your head, in your head, in your head. So when you go to a therapist and you have these thoughts, and well, my dog died. Well, how do you feel about that? And so you still have your own thoughts on how you feel about, as opposed to, so your dog died. Well, would you consider just really, really thinking about, the great times that you had with your dog, or a
Hmm.
specific time when your dog did something, to just reshape the way you see about the death of your dog or whatever situation. That
Hmm.
is regular therapy. If that works, then that's good. But cognitive behavior therapy, I think it's the way to go for those of us that are seeking therapy.
Interesting. Interesting. So, Dr. Yolanda,
No,
uh,
that's not my
no,
opinion.
she's not, but she really is a therapist for a lot of people in terms of just encouraging us to look at things in a different way, and
Yeah,
to approach it differently, and to receive information differently.
right. Yep.
Yeah,
So
good
anyway,
stuff. Good stuff. So that is young Aprylette talking about that, and just this, just want to say this: of 400 therapists, just 32 confirmed openings for new clients seeking outpatient mental
mm.
health counseling. Within that group, 13 required a referral. So this,
Oh
so
wow.
right. So 400, break it down to 32, then 13 required a referral, and leaving, and then there were 19 with true availability for a general patient. that really kind of your circle is so wide, and then it
Right.
just gets smaller and smaller and
Right.
smaller. And by the time you get through that, people are like, "Whew, I don't know if I have it to
That's
go
a lot
through
of
that."
work,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it really is.
Right.
It ain't the Bachelorette. It is, this is a lot more than 20 good looking guys or 25 or whatever, and breaking it down to finding the one, because
Right.
finding the one is a lot more for your mental clarity and your mental health, than for finding one that you can at least get a nice ring out of it. I don't know.
But I don't know if this I don't know what this is worth. Ooh, Chica, I'm sorry. I don't know what this is worth, but having a good girlfriend to talk through things with,
Right,
and help you shape the way you think
right.
also can help. If you can't afford a therapist, that girlfriend therapy is good.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Unless she could use it more than you.
Well,
And,
even if she can do, because even if she doesn't apply it, she might
and
be able to help you. Anyway, go on.
I'm just saying, sometimes, you're the you end up being the therapist that you're looking for, in cases like that. But I think it's very interesting, how April like kind of breaks that down and encourages people to look, and then conversation with you also helps us to find that person, or to find that professional that can help us with this. Along the way, we also have several other youngins who are participating in our newsletter, and they are our contributors. And I just wanted to point out a couple of stories that they had in the newsletter. Um, and Cameron Riley talks about politics, and his sister Young Quinn talks about the LGBTQ issues. And Coy is our social justice contributor, and she talks about how one of the three remaining survivors of the Black Wall Street massacre passed away this week,
Right,
and he was 102.
right,
Mr. Hughes Van Ellis, and he was an infant when he
mm,
was one of the survivors when the massacre took place over 100 years ago. And he said, the last thing that people quoted him, and Coy quotes him in an article: "Please do not let me leave this earth without justice." He said this a couple of years ago when he was testifying on Capitol Hill in a hearing to mark the centennial of the racist attack. And unfortunately, they're still waiting for some sort of justice.
mm,
And it just breaks my heart that that first of all he passed on to a greater glory,
right.
but that he did not, that his greatest wish was to see some justice in the
We
case
didn't
of,
live to see it.
yeah,
Right.
all the generations of people who were affected by Black Wall Street and the massacre that was wreaked upon Black folks by white folks due to mistaken identity and passing along false information that just really kind of amped up people and created a situation where airplanes were used over Tulsa, Oklahoma, to drop bombs on this area of Tulsa in which Black people thrived.
Right.
And they took away, by bombing it and destroying it, they took away their livelihoods, and generations of people never got back what their forebears had accomplished,
Right.
right? So all of those things we talk about in the newsletter, but I thought those are two very interesting topics, and of course I talk about politics and the craziness that's still going on in Washington D.C. Once again, we would love to have you subscribe, and we also have Yogi's Jewel is in there. We have Black and Fit, which is an incredible column by our Cherie White, and talking about how the things that we need to do to get our bodies in shape, and the things to eat, the way to exercise, and do forms of exercise. She's just absolutely brilliant, and she is not one who tells us what to do. She's doing it. She's
Yes,
doing the
I
damn
like.
thing,
Yeah.
and that's awesome as
Yeah.
well. And we have a HBCU corner as well as the Little No Black History Fact. So come on, join us. And we'd love to have you as a part of the What You Need to Know News crew. All right, Yolanda, let's move on to what's really going on, our question of the day. And I'm looking forward to this and seeing what people have to say. The question today is, what's your pet peeve? What ticks you off? What is that thing that really ticks you off? Would you like to go first?
Well, I don't know if yes, yeah, I will go
Well,
first.
so I'm inviting everyone who's watching and listening
Yes.
to give us your comments and share with us what are your greatest pet peeves. I've got one really big one, and
Okay, you go first. What's yours?
I hate to be called Sib. That's
Wow.
I don't
That is
know.
so funny that you
I
say that.
don't
Oh
know.
my God, because Sybil, that's one of my pet peeves. But you go, you go. Why do you hate that?
I don't know why it's disturbing to me. And I knew at one point I really liked the fact that while other people called me Sib on the air when we were doing radio, the fact that J. Anthony Brown never called me Sib, and he gave me longer nicknames, but as long as he didn't, I knew that there would be a line of demarcation, and I wouldn't have to work because I knew somebody else would follow Jay if he did, and he did. He did cross that and start calling me Sib, and then the other person started calling me Sib, and I was like, God damn it. And then somebody just the other day, I don't know why. I don't know why. It bothers me. I just don't like to be called Sib. It's not that difficult. It's two syllables, Sybil. It's just
So to piggyback off of yours, and let me clarify this. It doesn't tick me off. It's just annoying.
okay. Okay, that's fair.
It annoys me when people correct you when you mispronounce their name.
Oh,
That is so like for example, my name is Yolanda. I get called Shalonda, Delonda,
right,
Rolanda. I know who you talking to. So
right.
that is so annoying that that it has to, and especially with the generation that have names that are so difficult to pronounce,
Mhm.
the need to correct people,
Yeah.
that really irritates me. It's like, is it that important? It that important to correct Sybil?
I've gotten Sybil's Sybil. I've got
But
and
just
that's
not Sib.
just not Sib.
We gonna work on that. We gonna work on you not, because I got, as a
Got
matter
some
of
other
fact,
stuff.
stand by, because I got some other stuff that I'm gonna need you to be annoyed by. But
let
yes,
me let me just point out one time when Chica started working with us and we were in the radio station, and one of the guys said, "Oh, Chica, can I call you Chick?" And she said, "My name is Chica." I was like, "All right, okay, I get that," and I appreciated that.
well, Chica got that Nigerian thing, and you know how they are.
She didn't mean that, Chica. She did not mean. And if you want to come in and defend yourself, you're more than welcome, Chica. But that's funny.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
But I
All right.
think my number one pet peeve, Sybil,
Mhm. Mhm.
is people disrespecting my time.
Mhm.
Oh my God.
You are a
Oh,
strict
that
disciplinarian when it comes to
that
time.
is so disrespectful.
Yeah.
You call me out of my name, and I mean really curse me, call me out of my name. You can steal my money.
Oh, dang.
Just don't disrespect my time, because money I could get back, time I
Mhm.
can't.
Interesting.
And
That's
I
true.
and let me tell you something. I know that your mama is sick and you had to take her to the hospital, and on the way y'all ran over a dog, and I know all of that. But me watching Judge Judy, for me, that is just as important. Really. Don't mess, because you don't know what therapy I get out of Judge Judy.
Right.
Don't disrespect my time. That I'm telling you, that is, and if if you do infringe upon my time and you don't acknowledge it, that is very egregious.
Shalonda, I am so sorry. Um, can I call you yo?
You can call me hey girl. I whatever.
Yeah. I and
That
and
is
and
oh
and I'm sorry, and maybe it just seems so petty. You should be glad people call your name at all. I guess, but my
yeah.
daddy used to say, "Okay, little girl," and just
Oh, I like little girl.
yeah.
But
Um.
coupled with that, okay, and then we go bring in other people and have you. But coupled with um disrespecting my time
Mhm.
by being late or whatever is if I call you and I text you and I email you 3 times, because I won't
Mhm.
just do it one time.
Right.
If I call you, text you, or email, or try to get in touch with you for a day, a week, 2 weeks, and you can't respond,
Who is that busy?
exactly, exactly. You can't respond,
Right.
huh? Ooh, that is. I think I might be more irritated by that than disrespect. I don't know. I don't know. But that
I
is.
think they're one and one A, and they're
It's like,
they're
because
very
why you
closely.
can't
Yeah.
text me? I'm sorry, I'm not available. And because one time, okay, because I understand if I call you and you don't call me back, I'm not that chick. I don't keep
Mhm.
tabs because I'll call you back. I'll call you back. So it's not that I do tit for tat, and when I call
Mhm.
you, you got to call me or what
Right.
have you. Or if
Right.
you text me, even if it
You're
takes,
not keeping score.
I'm not
It's
keeping
not.
score.
No.
Even it's and texting because I hate texting. So I might give you a pass on texting, and I'll give you a pass on emailing because email can go to your junk. But if I call you more than once and you don't call me back,
Mm.
that's a problem. Okay.
Mm. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, so now you know where we stand. One of us is a little bit more cavalier and have the peeves that really don't amount to a
Yep.
hill of beans, and the other has some more serious issues. And okay, go.
No, 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 go because it's gonna be related to what just
No,
happened.
no, go ahead.
Okay, okay.
Charlotte Bowen Bellamy on Facebook. When I am talking to someone and they start talking before I can never finish. That's one thing that I am guilty of with Yolanda.
Civil, civil.
I am guilty of doing that because and I think about this a lot, and so now it's become a running joke. Just for an example,
So
um,
I was getting ready to go to
the
um
library,
no, not the library. To the
strip club,
um no, not to the strip club.
okay,
To the
to the bathroom.
no. So it's like, listen, if you shut the F up, I'll tell you where I was about to go.
And so now it is a challenge for me to come up with some really obscure word to fill
Oh,
in that blank.
oh. Oh, just for the record, that don't annoy me. I think it's funny, but I know that annoys people. I think that's funny.
Charlotte, thank you for that
Oh
because
God.
that is really something fun for us. Barbara
Mm,
Ferguson on YouTube, hair on the sink, not cleaning your house or apartment, not putting
mm.
things where they belong, and not saying thank you. Okay,
Wow,
I'm with
Barbara.
you. I'm
Okay.
with you on the saying thank you.
Mm,
I appreciate a nice thank you, um, or please.
right. Yeah.
I do like that. I wouldn't say that it is a pet peeve, but it's something that I will make a point of saying please and thank you to people. Here, my cousin Crystal was like that even as a child. I
She didn't like
remember
that.
she was like, well, hair, and so it wasn't on the sink. Hair, when you're brushing and combing your hair, and so you clean off the sink, the wherever the hair is, and I tossed it in the toilet, and that she was like 7, and she's like, you don't throw hair in this.
Oh my
I was like,
goodness. Oh
wow, little
wow.
girl,
I
okay.
wonder if she's still like that. Oh,
she's
that's
she's
interesting.
she's she's interesting. um
Funny. Funny.
Shirley Ann Tony Davis on Facebook. My daughter's name is spelled Dana Deshane. However, people call her Diana. That could be it, and that could just be a little dyslexia, right?
Hmm.
For Dana and Diana. Dora Levette Tiggs on Facebook. When I'm on the phone with someone and they're constantly talking to someone else, hate it. And I will say, I'll let you go.
Yeah,
I'll
you
let
will.
you go.
You will
I will.
say that because I.
Yeah.
Yeah, you will say that because your dog is barking. Your turtle got a loose, and
Hmm.
it's a
Hmm.
lot going
and
on.
and and then you got another conversation going with your dog or your turtle or your significant other, and I'm like, call me when you got time.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So what are your pet peeves? That's what we are talking about today. We're going to wrap this. Oh, you got another good one?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Barbara Ferguson on Facebook. Another one is lying to me. Don't lie to me. I can accept the truth no matter what it is. I believe in honesty. Barbara Ferguson, are you Yolanda Starks with another person's picture and name? We had someone who worked with us who had like 18 different
Oh my
pairs of
gosh. Oh
grandparents
my God.
and would tell a lie when the truth would do.
Yep. Yep.
Nikki J on Facebook, don't call me and not listen to my side of the story. After I've listened to you tell me how the story from someone else, and you don't give me the respect of telling my side of the story, I
Right.
understand.
Yep.
That's true. That's true. Judy Douglas on Facebook, what ticks me off is when somebody calls me with a hi, my name is Sybil. Um, with a raggedy let me give you your due respect, Judy. When what ticks me off is when somebody calls me with a raggedy cell phone at you can't hear well and the phone drops every few minutes and then they repeat the same thing over and over again.
Now, Judy, why does that irritate you? That ain't their fault. That's not. They're not trying
Are
to
you
do
gonna
that.
buy them? Are you gonna buy them a better phone
Yes.
or a better internet system? Because
Yes.
my I got a good phone. It's just
Yes.
through this last night.
We went through this, and I'm so patient. It's like it's a phone. It's
Just call me
technology.
back. We're okay.
Sometimes, yeah, it's okay. But I do have another girlfriend. She just get what's wrong with your phone? Well, I don't know. I don't fix phones, so I don't know. It's like chill out. It's a phone. Sorry.
And I'll just say, can't we get you another phone?
Yeah, yeah, and you will buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Stephanie Everett on Facebook says children that don't speak when spoken to, no home
Mm,
training. Ooh.
mm,
We used to go through that with one of a young people that I know, and hugging. But I because all the other kids would hug, and I didn't recognize, and I
mm.
failed to recognize that there was some issues with personal space and how children feel about that. And so I didn't want to infringe upon it. It's something that I had to learn and improve on my approach to this child.
Right, 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 right,
But
right.
speaking, I that was always my parents were very clear about that. You speak, you say hello, you look people in the eye. If they
And
extend
that,
your
you
hand,
see, that's a regional thing. I well, maybe because like I know my friends that are north, you don't talk to people, you don't look at people, you look straight, and that's just how they were brought up. That's how they were
that's
raised.
not how I was brought up. It was, you are,
Okay.
you, there's a line. You can be engaging
Right,
without, putting yourself, too much into the conversation. Because as an only child, that's grown folks talk. You go and be a
right,
kid. And so
right,
that was something that people told me to do as well.
right.
But it is interesting. Renita Bland, our friend on Facebook, someone talking to me on the cell phone while walking through the store. Lord have mercy. I don't understand that. I
No,
do it.
what don't what why is that irritating? Why do you hate that?
I don't know. It's just because they're like, oh, excuse me, and and it's not good phone etiquette to
Okay.
me.
Okay. No, what
But
is it? What can't what's no, I really want to learn because I'm always on the phone and I want to be respectful. So what shouldn't
well,
we do?
no, I mean, if you say like sometimes when I'm going into a store and I'll tell people, like the other day, we were on the phone and I was in the store and a young woman last night, and the young woman was showing me something where something was in the vitamin store. And so she heard me say, she said, well, I don't know we have that. And I said, no, I'm sorry. I'm talking to
Oh,
someone on the
right.
phone.
Okay, yeah.
And that
I guess
that's
that's
just,
rude. Yeah. Okay.
that wasn't fair to you and it wasn't fair to this young woman
Yeah.
who thought that I was talking to her. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
Yeah. We're gonna wrap this up. Yolanda has a big night ahead. As we move into trending topics, it is that time of year.
Yeah.
And first of all, let me thank everyone for participating. I love hearing these, and I totally get it. And all I ask is that you don't call me.
All right, Sybil with the
Thank
S.
you, Shalonda. Your stepfather calls you Shalonda.
Yes, he does.
You're so dear.
And I know who he's talking to.
Right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I know who they're talking to, but it doesn't take that much to add the extra syllable.
Okay.
So let's move to trending topics. And this is a sad note. I posted this earlier today on my Instagram and regarding the death of Rudolph Isley, the
Yeah.
singer and founding member of the Motown group, the Isley Brothers. He was 84 years old. Uh, uh, his Isley brother, his fellow brother, Ron Isley, confirmed the news, writing, there are no words to express my feelings and the love I have for my brother. Our family will miss him, but I know he's in a better place. That's really special. And he was one of those who was there at the beginning when they, created the song Shout and it went crazy. And the Beatles, were their biggest fans and things like that. And then, some other members came into the family. He left. He went and dedicated his life to Christ and to be
Oh,
a minister.
is that right?
Yeah. But he was
Beautiful.
always welcome to come back and participate, like when they were inducted into the to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame
Right.
in '92, and at the BET Awards in 2004 when they were given their lifetime achievement. Rudolph Isley was there, and this is
Nice.
really important. Tomorrow is not promised, um, and this was their blood, and they were, always um, open enough and loving enough in their family relationships. You may not have understood or appreciated where people were and what they needed to do, but the door was always open for them to come back. Because sometimes the door is open and people never return.
Amen.
Family Dollar is recalling hundreds of products, including over the counter drugs, vitamins, and toothpaste sold at the discount retailers' outlet in 23 states. They had been stored improperly. The recalled items were stored outside of labeled temperature requirements. They were in the heat. And so, and they were in the heat before they were shipped. And someone recognized that they were in the heat and should have said, we can't send these out because of the extreme heat that we
And
experienced
what
this
is it?
summer.
What are the products?
Hang on, listen to this. Um, Hundreds of them that were sold between June 1st and October 4th, and people can return them to where they were purchased without a receipt. A full list of the brand name products being recalled, from aspirin to laxatives to ear and eye drops. The recalled products were sold at Family Dollar stores in Alabama, Arkansas, Arizona, California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Montana, North Dakota, Nebraska, New Mexico, Nevada, Oklahoma, Oregon, South Dakota, Texas, Utah, Washington, and Wyoming.
Wow.
And these are brand name items, like you'll see listed. If you go to the FDA website, you can see a list. It's several pages long
Okay, so
of
I ain't
like
trying to be funny, but this was you bought it in June. It's almost November.
but
If you bought, well, I'm just asking if you bought it. Chances are you've used the product, so you're all right.
maybe, or maybe like with me, I will buy you Advil tablets for when we travel.
Right.
And so I have them, and then when we travel, and we haven't traveled since June,
Okay. Okay, I
and
understand.
have it for the next time. And it's not um, the expiration date has not
I understand.
come around yet. So sometimes you buy those things and you say, I'm going to need this at some point, or don't want to run out, and so you have it.
I understand.
So if you have these items and you bought them June to October, take them back to Family Dollar. From they This is funny, and this is kind of like having a pet peeve. From the all look alike file, Simone Biles ripped the Wall Street Journal for using a photo of a different gymnast in an article about her. So in other words, Simone Biles was probably one of the most famous gymnasts in Olympic history.
People in the world today.
Right, right.
Yeah, not just
And
gymnasts, but wow.
and they put she was the lead story. She was the headline story, and they put the other black girl on the Olympic team. They put her picture in the Wall Street Journal.
Well, maybe. Well, Sybil, maybe they. It was just a mistake. She says in the high voice.
The high voice came out. This happened when she achieved one of her highest levels of achievement. She reached her highest level,
Right.
with the seventh world championship, her own personal best, and what have you. Added four more gold medals to her historic resume, and she woke up. She said, um, and it
Yeah.
wasn't these weren't the exact words, but it was almost like it's the other black girl,
Right.
and tweeted it out to the Wall Street Journal, and they
And
corrected it.
she keeps her cool. She's not an extremist, or she doesn't incite stuff.
Yeah,
So, but
yeah.
I bet you that it was very disappointing that she achieved
She's
this,
really big-ish,
and
and
she couldn't go buy all the papers and send it to all of her family members.
look, I'm on the Wall Street Journal. Oh, no, that's
Not,
not my
not
picture. That's the other black girl. Yeah,
wow,
she's good. She's good, but it's not Simone Biles.
wow. Oh,
Yeah.
so they put dominant. They put.
No, it was
Oh, okay.
oh, I no, no, no. I saw the pic. Well, maybe we saw different issues. They put it wasn't Jordan Childs, but it was someone like that.
Oh, okay. Somebody current.
Yeah,
Oh, somebody current because
yeah.
Dominique
Dominique
Dawes,
Dawes was like
a long time
20 years
ago.
ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, now that would be egregious.
So the person that just said that, it might have been Dominique Dawes, but once again, when you are a major media company, put
Sybil,
black people on your staff.
I
He knows
know, but
he's.
Sybil, even black people can make mistakes,
I know, I know,
and
I
it's
know.
not cool, and it ruined her moment. But we're
Right.
all fallible.
Yeah, yeah, we are, and
Cause,
and some
cause you,
grace.
cause you know we got a little newsletter. I'm just saying.
But I will say, in the little newsletter, everybody is able to say that's not that person, or do you have a like I in a heartbeat, I will always ask, do you have a better picture of that person?
Wow. Okay, Gene, she said that they did use thongs.
Oh,
Wow.
was Dominique Dawes? Okay, all right.
Wow.
Then that's not that. Then I saw another Wall Street Journal story that was it wasn't Dominique Dawes.
Wow. An old picture? Anyway, go ahead. I mean, 20. Anyway.
I'm sensitive enough about Simone Biles that I don't like that they when they make our hair look crazy and use those pictures.
You know what? Just right quick. That's another thing that really irritates me. How
Hmm.
we major in minor. I was talking with a young lady just this week, and she says, "Oh, you know what? Simone Biles, she is the bomb. She's great. But you know what? I just wish she do something with her hair."
That
I,
was the When she made history, Yolanda, the first time, the next morning on the air, that's all people wanted to talk about was how,
Really?
yeah,
That is so
yeah,
small minded. It's like, do you realize? I don't care what her hair looks like. It could
yeah,
be like buckwheat. Do you realize what this woman just did?
yep,
Stop it. Stop it.
yeah.
Stop it. Stop it.
I feel the same way. I feel the same. Um, so let us. I have one more story for you, and this is I drew this story especially for you, Yolanda, because extreme weather is causing the cost of sugar to go up. That means your candy, as we're getting ready for Halloween, and you're not a Halloween person, but you are a candy lover, and your sodas, and you love a good soda.
Well, everything's going up.
Well, I'm just saying, as a result of the weather, you'll notice as we're getting in, of course, we know that everybody's going to be buying candy for Halloween. Extreme weather has dealt major blows to the sugar industry worldwide and could cost you more to not only fill up to go get it because of the gas prices and what's going on in the Middle East, but also to fill up your trick or treat bags. As a drought in Thailand, the fourth largest producer, cutting production by almost a quarter. In India, the US, and Europe suffered flooding here in the US and Europe, representing the second, sixth, and third top producers. And so it's weather, drought, and flooding that's causing the problems and the prices to go through the roof. So
Right. All
um,
right.
I'm gonna apologize to you in advance.
Okay.
Okay. And the last thing, Taylor Swift was so happy recently because at the premiere of her movie of the Eras tour, guess who showed up?
Beyonce.
And she was so happy and just so
That's
ecstatic and put it on her Instagram
that's
and
nice.
just laid it out what Beyonce means to her and all of this stuff and how grateful she is for being a Beyonce and the guiding light that she is in the life of Taylor Swift and other entertainers. I thought
Very
that was really pretty
respectful.
cool.
Very
Very much
respectful.
so. Very
Very,
much so.
very
All
nice.
right, we're gonna close up with your jewel.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have it?
Thursday's Yogi's Jewel is fellowship
hmm
is richly, I don't remember it.
Okay. Fellowship is a precious
It's
gift
a precious gift.
given with rich rewards.
Rewards. Yeah.
And
Like
we're going,
like
yeah,
being with you.
yeah, and my
Yep.
being with you.
Yep.
And you and Ward are going to fellowship with other people because your baby godson is
Yes.
is homecoming king.
And he should be.
Oh,
He
CJ is
is a freshman at Kimball High School in Dallas, Texas, and he is the coolest young man that I have met. Oh, not just he's really really sweet, but
mhm,
his swag is just so I get it.
is
Anyway,
on point. And
yep,
I'll tell you who he looks like. Anybody knows that Trey Young, who plays for the
yeah,
Atlanta
he does look
basketball
like
team, the Atlanta Hawks, I've
yeah.
always said that I don't know what Lexi was doing, but um,
Don't
Trey,
bye,
Trey and
Sybil.
CJ, bye everybody.
Have a
Thanks.
good
Have
night.
fun. Give my love to CJ.